Okay, since we got early out, I got a short thing, just one packet. It's just a little practice on graphing the inequalities. Okay. So when we look at this, you got to look at where x and y are at. Okay, they're on opposite sides. So the way to go with opposite, the most efficient way, is to use the slope of the line and the y-intercept of the line. And the slope is the half, 1 over 2. And then the y-intercept is, there's a 1 being subtracted, so that's negative. Now, you got to keep in mind, the y-intercept is vertical. It is going to be down. And then my slope is up, down, and then always to the right. So I know that's right. And this is positive, so that would be up. So let's take that negative 1, go down with it. And then I go up 1, right 2. Okay. Hey, we get both the x and the y-intercept on that one. Okay, so make your line. Okay, so I've got my 0, 0. It's close to the line, but as long as it's not actually on the line, we can go ahead and use it for my test. Okay, y has nothing in front of it. We may replace that with just 0. This has a 1/2 in front of it, so I want to separate it with a parentheses. So what do I have? I have 0. I have my sign. I have 1/2. I have 0. And I have -1. Okay. Now, those of you with calculators can plug that in to find what it is. If you got a big calculator, just kind of say, okay, anything times 0 is 0. So it's just 0 minus 1, and that's -1. Okay, -1 is smaller, so the nose should be going this way, which it is not, so that is a false statement. Okay, so that is false. Anything over here is going to give you a false statement. Anything over here is true. Anything actually on the line gives you an equal statement. Okay, next problem. Y is greater than or equal to 2 times x minus 5. So my y and x, they're on opposite sides of the inequality. So again, opposite, still do slope, y-intercept. You're like, there's no fraction. That's okay. We can use 2. And 2 is the same as 2 over 1. Okay, in the y-intercept, there's a 5 being subtracted, so -5. Okay, so again, we go y-intercept's vertical, and the slope is always to the right here. And this will be up or down. It's positive, so we'll go up again. So I go straight down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We want to get the y-intercept plotted first. Okay, and then remember I circle that because I start here. I don't go back on a slope. I don't go back to the middle. Okay, this is like where I think of my line is beginning at, even though it goes on for infinity. And then I go up to right 1. Okay, so I go ahead and make my line. Anything on the line is an equality statement. And now let's check out the greater than part. So x equals 0, y equals 0. Best point you could pick. So y, get him out. We're going to put a 0. X, probably want to put him in parentheses, so I know it's 2 times 0, not 20. So 0, the sign, and then 2 times 0 minus 5. Okay, 2 times 0 minus 5 is going to be -5. Cross that out and you multiply and subtract. Okay, this time the nose does point toward, that's a smaller one, and the nose points towards it, so that's a true statement. So 0, 0 is true. Anything over there is true now. Then we got the equal line, and everything over here is false. Okay, next one, 5x minus 2i. Put that bar underneath there. Okay, that's how I want the original problem to look. Okay, I don't want people worrying about the equal part just yet. Okay. All right, this time the x and the y appear to be on the same side. So the same side, the best way, the most efficient way, is to use the XY intercept table with the double zeros. Okay. So I'm going to write that out twice, 5x minus 2y, and I'm just going to put equals. Don't put that less than sign. Do not put a less than greater than sign when writing it out twice. Put a regular equals. Okay, x is 0. Just get 5x out. Dot your negative 2y, and then we just divide. Okay, so 20 divided by negative 2 is negative 10. So if x is 0, y would be negative 10. And if y is 0, that means negative 2 would just go away because it's being multiplied by 0. Okay, and then I dot my 5x, divide. Okay, x equals 4. Okay, now remember how the table works. The x is sideways, so stay, and that's positive, so that's to the right. The y is vertical, that is down, and that's a stay. Okay, so we start with this. Gives me directions from the middle. You stay and go down 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, I ran out of room. Now let's count by 2s. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay, negative 4, 0. I go right 4 and stay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And graph your line. So we know this is the equal part. Now we got to know the true and false part. Okay, and I do not want to see guessing. You need to actually figure it out correctly. Okay. So here's x, got a little 5 in front of it, so it's going to be 5 times 0. Minus 2, and then I got y, got a 2 in front of it, so 0. And now I can write this. So I got 5, parentheses 0, minus 2, parentheses 0, the sign, and 20. Cross out that nonsense. You can punch it into your calculator, but it's just going to be 0. Okay, 0 is a smaller number of the two. Nose points towards it. That is true, because 0 is less than 20. So that's true. That's false. Okay, then my next one, y greater than or equal to negative 6. So we only have y, okay? Only y. So, well, I know I make a table. Oh yeah, x isn't even here, so I'll just put 1, 2, 3 for it. And the y has to be constantly at the same number, and it is. It's at negative 6. Okay. So let's determine directions we're going to go. Okay. This is this way, sideways. Those are positive, so they'll all go to the right. This is this way, but they're all negatives, so they're all going down. Okay, remember with tables, you graph this, reset in the middle, graph this, reset in the middle, graph this. So I 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 2, negative 6, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3, negative 6, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. All right, make your line. And right here, x is 0, y is 0. Okay, all we have is the y, doesn't have anything in front of it, it's 0. And then in case you can't tell, my sentence is pretty well set. You got 0, got your sign, negative 6. On those ones where I only have one letter, I don't really have to do a whole heck of a lot other than just decide if it's true or false. Okay, remember negatives are always smaller than 0, so here's my smaller number. The nose does point towards that number, so that is true. True. False. Okay, you got 4 to do on your own, and we pretty much got this whipped.